All right, so it's a perfect opportunity to talk about this thing behind us, which is a GQ Nissan Patrol. It's a 94, you
94 GQ, and it's just a factory cab chassis, so it's still factory cab, complete factory chassis. I've obviously moved the suspension mounting points, so I got it probably. I was mentioning before the show.
That's an understatement, but yes.
Yeah. So I mentioned before the show, I had a MIDI FJ73 Cruiser, 37s, and myself and my brother built it, and Barra turbo, and was quick and cool, but just an absolute boat of a thing to drive. It was just horrible. So went away from that, bought this probably 10 years ago as a roller, dropped the Barra turbo in it, and then done the glass guards front and rear, and this was basically always the end goal, was to try to get it as close to a trophy truck or a pre-runner as I can, because for me, I just love this stuff. So it's,
well, it is that you've succeeded.
Yeah.
I remember a few months ago seeing the first photos of this on the internet and just going, what?
What the heck? Yeah, probably end of last year or something. Everyone's favourite internet crap poster.
Oh yeah.
Cowboy Tune put a bit of a shout out to make GQs great again. And I was like, you know what?
Perfect timing.
This is now's the time to do it. And make it happen. Basically started the suspension work. So this pre-runner setup was always the goal. So we sort of tore everything out of it, CAD scanned it, and then into SolidWorks for, honestly, we put about 200 hours into it. And originally, it was supposed to be a traditionally, like a linked traditional setup with the bypass and the coilover down on the lower arm there. But that coil there, when you flex it, like in the model, was literally like that far inside of the chassis.
Yeah, right.
So we sort of looked at it and was like, we're not going to be able to get this engineered and with this amount of significant changes, because it's basically, if you want to do that, it's pretty well chassis off there. Just chassis off there, that's what's got to happen. And then move it in, or increase your track by a mountain. So back into SolidWorks, and that's basically where the cantilever was born. So that's how it started. So this is it's a 4-link, so it's about 50-inch long lower arms, 40-inch long upper arms, and then the cantilever setup. And that was literally just to get the shocks above the chassis.
Yeah, okay.
And what it also done is it works a little bit like a dirt bike rear suspension linkage system, where it starts off kind of like soft at full droop, and the ratio of wheel movement to spring movement changes as it gets closer to bumps.
So it's progressive.
It's progressive. It's progressive. So basically very similar to what a rear of a dirt bike is. So it's strapped back now to 21 inches of rear wheel travel, which is nuts. Yeah. And we're pretty much limited. And it's like there's so many little things, like when you model it in SolidWorks, like you can see that the lower tail shaft's behind. If you get that, like as it comes to droop, it'll roll down. You've got to kind of get it to roll up like that. And you've got to get things like anti-squat, where you don't want to have too much anti-squat, or as you accelerate, it kind of wants to slap the wheels into each bump and makes it really rough. So we basically done a heap of numbers, got the suspension points in place, and that's what we ended up with, 21 inches of wheel travel in the rear. And it's only like a 2-inch lift or something like that, maybe 3-inch lift in the rear, about a 4 on the front. And I think it's about 8 inches up, something 8 or 9 inches up. Yeah, man. And the rest down, and coilovers, triple bypasses, which I just fabbed up. We don't offer them yet, but we're sort of working how to commercially get something available for them. Off-the-shelf coilovers, hydro bump stops, and then the arms, there's 7000 series aluminium. Billet CNC, and really I was going to fab it all, because I'm actually a blacksmith boilermaker by trade. So I sort of done skill-based apprenticeship, and I was going to fab it all, but we were looking at the clearances, like it's like 5 mil to the chassis for these arms, 5 mil to the tire, and I'm like, I need this to be zero distortion in the welding process, or I'm going to have issues. I'm going to have trouble with the bushes. So I was like, you know what, let's just go down the road. And in the States, a few companies are starting to do the billet stuff. We do the billet UCAs, and I was like, you know, I'm just going to go down the road of
getting them done
and spending the money. And
so the companies doing that, are they like trophy truck specific? Is it off-road racing suspension?
The companies that are, off-road specifically in the States, the companies that are doing this now, there's only a handful. There's probably only like 3 of them are doing it, 3 or 4 of them, and it's specifically off-road racing stuff, trophy truck stuff. And that's where they sort of, everything's gone from fab now to machine billet. And as CNC processes get better, costs come down and all that sort of thing.
And it's just, I suppose, as you said, it's just the tolerances, right? Like
Tolerances are right, and it just looks baller. Like,
oh, it definitely does.
and then the front setup is actually, we're just finalising the engineering on that. That's our off-the-shelf coilover kit that we got in the wagon that we done last year. So it's just a straight welding kit. You just cut it off, put it in, put like a bolt in the top. The bottom lines up with the radius arm bolts. You bolt it in, and then you just weld it out.
So still radius arm front?
Still radius arm front, yep. Honestly, ideally, the original plan was to go to like IFS front. As crazy as that sounds, like
it makes sense.
I'll be the only bloke that's not solid axle swapping a Hilux or something, and IFS swapping a Patrol.
Yeah, which sounds so bizarre to, the majority of Australian four-wheel drivers who think solid axle is king.
Yep.
And I like solid axle cars, but then you see the high-end off-road stuff in the States, and it's all IFS, right?
Yeah, and for suspension travel and just unsprung weight, handling and that sort of thing, it just, when you got that much unsprung weight slapping around like under the car, it's very difficult to damp it for high-speed stuff. So this is obviously not built for rock crawling, which, solid axle stuff still reigns supreme, I guess. But so the front's our off-the-shelf kit. It's off-the-shelf coilover. It's about 11 inches of travel in the front, which a little bit underdone, but I didn't really want to go through and move batteries and wiring and all the additional stuff to get the coilovers up into the engine bay. So that's how it is. So I literally finished it the night before Rocky Nats. Done Rocky Nats back in April, and then I just had to put it in the shed and go back to my real job.
Yeah. You got to pay the bills somehow, right?
You do. So I went and put Saturdays and Sundays and probably, I think I fabbed the entire thing myself, which I also take a lot of pride in doing, having achieved that yourself. I could have just paid someone, here's the plans, go and build this for me, but you don't get the satisfaction and you don't learn anything along the way that, you learn little things that we will then carry over into our production line. So
at least that's what you got to tell your accountant.
That's the excuse I'm using. So.